Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nerds. The date today is November 6th, 2021, and it's been an interesting week. First off, on I believe it was Halloween Day, or Halloween Eve, um, I saw the Fathom Events double feature for two Universal classics, The Invisible Man, starring Claude Rains, and The Wolfman, starring Lon Chaney Jr. Um, Invisible Man is one that I love. It's such a classic. It's one of the most James Whale movies. Like, right up there with Bride of Frankenstein. It very much has his sensibilities. Um, Claude Rains' voice is just insane. He is really one of the best voices, especially for a character where it's only the voice. Um, it's a really neat one. I love how they snuck in Dwight Fry in there. He's the reporter. They suggest putting tar on the road so they can see Dr. Griffin's footprints. So I thought that was pretty neat. The Wolfman, that's a good one. There's actually not a lot to it. It's mostly just built around, Lon Chaney as Larry Talbot, his kind of deterioration because his belief that he's a werewolf, which turns out to be true. And, you have the wonderful Jack Pierce makeup job. It's a nice little vehicle for Bela Lugosi. I think that was actually like Universal putting him in there was almost a gift to him because of the success of the reissues of Dracula. I may be wrong, but I think I read that somewhere. It's generally a neat movie. I watched the cinematic Titanic for the movie The Alien Factor, which is uh, this classic low budget independent 1980s late 70s Fangoria fodder type movies. It's so cheap and cheesy, but there's kind of a fun feeling to it because it has kind of a homemade feel, and also they do come up with several interesting looking monsters, even if they don't look as good as they could. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Uh, on Halloween Day, I watched Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which is, that was a good one. I really liked it. Those of you who don't know, that one was the one where they made kind of a departure from the Michael Myers storyline because he's burned to death in part 2. And this one, it's a very complicated plot involving masks that kill you, Stonehenge, witches, and robots. It's genuinely very entertaining. I saw the Velocipastor, which I've been wanting to see for a while, mostly just for the presence of Aurelio Voltaire. It's one of my favorite singers. He's good in it, and it's a just a dopey little movie that seems like they had a lot of fun making it. People throw a lot of hate towards it. And I don't know why, because I don't know. It's not trying to be, wild strawberries. So you have to take that into consideration. I saw something very interesting. It was Matt Baume, who was on YouTube. Go check him out. His he did two videos that were very interesting around Halloween time that included Paul Lynde and Elvira, and they were really, really interesting. I won't spoil what was in them, but if you go by Matt Baume, MattBaume, then you'll find some interesting stuff. Um, I saw the new Morbius trailer. Uh, I don't know, it might be neat, but the way they're kind of painting it, it seems very, for lack of a better term, paint by numbers. It just seems like something where a guy's got a problem, he fixes it with some superhero mutation, gets superpowers. I don't know. It just seems like they could be doing more with this. Um, and of course it's got the Vulture, so it's being folded into the uh, Spidey cinematic Marvel Venom verse. You know, that the whole thing, how the Venom movies were separate, but now they're not because of the ending of Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Um, I saw the new I Love Lucy movie. Uh, Javier Bardem is going to be playing Desi Arnaz, and I think that's interesting casting. He doesn't look much like him or sound much like him, but it's always neat to see Bardem, and I think he could pull it off. Some people would have gone for choices like John Leguizamo, but Bardem's pretty cool. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, is Kevin Murphy from Mystery Science Theater 3000 had a birthday, so that's pretty neat. And big news is that Taika Waititi is going to be adapting the Alejandro Jodorowsky, Jean-Gerard Moebius book, The Incal, which has had mixed reviews. That news has kind of had mixed reviews because, there are a bunch of Taika fans, and I like his stuff. I liked What We Do in the Shadows and Jojo Rabbit, but I have to say, like, Ragnarok, even though I enjoyed it, was probably the thing of his I enjoyed the least, actually. But this seems very interesting. Jodorowsky has said that, this isn't really an endeavor for him. He's getting very old. I believe he's 91 right now, so I can understand him having trepidations about taking on that task. And he's all for Taika doing this. And, I genuinely think if the project has the blessing of the original author, that's a pretty good sign. Although, like many other things, I don't know, it might be a dead end because what a lot of people who don't take away TD is, and it happens quite often with movies nowadays, is you'll be someone who will make a movie that'll do really good, and then they will have a bunch of offers to do movies based on like 10 different intellectual properties, whatever they may be, cartoons, comics, video games, and generally you either get a big return from at least one of those things, at least one of those properties, or a person realizes that a director might be a one-trick pony. But I don't think it's ever worked out where it's been like someone did something big and you give them 10 more things and those 10 more things are just as big. But again, it's no way of telling the future. It could be awesome. I'll keep a lookout for it. I'm generally very enthusiastic for Jodorowsky related stuff. And yeah, that's about it for this week. I want to thank everybody for viewing. I do this every Saturday, so come back. If you like this video, then press like. If you really like it, press subscribe. You'll see these videos every week. And please comment and tell me what you think. But please be civil with the comments. Anyways, that's everything. And always remember, folks, tulips shall grow.